Hi everyone, I just finished my exercise. This morning I was listening to a Bigtree video and he was talking to I don't know what the names are over there, a governor, a mayor, the person anyway, someone called Renette. And she was saying that she's been asking, and she's in charge of one of the counties in California. And over the last few months, she's been asking them, well, when do we get to stop wearing masks? When do we get to do this? When do we get to do that? And every time they answer her, well, we don't have the data, we don't have the data, we don't have the data. From everything I'm hearing, who are actually looking at the science, it's just not true anymore. It is just not true. There's 6 months of data. Anything else is bull, and they're trying to push the fear. The point is that she was saying that the look she's seeing on the people in her home city is fear. It's like people have got PTSD. So I thought I'd just do a quick little energetic balance around PTSD. So won't be too long, but just imagine you're on my table, your head's up here, your feet are down there. So that's the energy of the flow. So basically I'm going to do, and yeah, once again, just talking about it, I'm starting to feel heavy in my heart. There's so much PTSD energy around the world. Everyone, so many people seem to be in fight, flight, and freeze, unable to move, getting really angry, just feeling fearful to leave the house or to be able to know what's going to happen in the future. And none of us know. Okay, so we just know it's part of the big game and that we've got no control, and that's a real challenge. Okay, so just running the central meridian. Okay, so energetically just accessing any and all patterns associated with PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome. One of the worst things about PTSD is when you're in it and it's not going anywhere, when you know that this isn't the end. And that is, of course, what the mainstream media is just pushing. Bill Gates is pushing, Fauci is pushing, they're pushing this is going to be going on for years. We can't let that happen. We can't let them destroy our souls and our energy. Okay, so just running that central meridian, accessing extra energy to our frontal cortex, which is our problem-solving area. Where do we need to go first? Chakras, meridians, PVSS. Okay, so we're going to go into the PVSS first. So that's the periventricular survival system. So I'm just going to scan a chart that I've seen a million times. Okay, so the first one showing up is the anterior cingulate gyrus. Yeah, so it's created a pain and punishment circuit. So the anterior cingulate gyrus is to do with us not feeling we're being perfect under stress. So it's like when the mayors and governors and people are saying, oh my God, you're being bad, you're not doing this, you know, and it's everyone being fearful of being fined. It's people being angry at each other, not following the rules that they believe are going to keep them safe. There's a lot of it out there, and a lot of it is not based on good science. I've heard many researchers say that there has never ever been any proof that isolation works. We have colds and flus every single year. Are we going to start shutting down the world every time there's a flu? It's totally nuts. Okay. Where am I? Oh yeah, anterior cingulate gyrus. Okay, good. Where next? Another PVSS? Yep. Yeah. Okay, so the next little one is the orbitofrontal cortex. This one's to do with conflict. So it's locked into escape, submission, freeze. So the orbitofrontal cortex is when we have got choices and our brain is just whizzing around. It's like when you wake up in the morning and you think, should I go for a run? No, what if I get the virus? Should I stay in the house all day? Oh, but I need sunshine because sunshine boosts my immune system. It's that stuff that's going backwards and forwards. We know we've all got friends who are terrified, and that's keeping the terror alive. It's not great. So Fear shuts down the immune system. Actually, I might just do the immune system points while I'm here. And like I said, just finished my exercise. Sorry for the look, just doing a quick one before I get into work. Okay, yeah. Where am I up to? So, okay, so the next little one is the subclossal gyrus. Subclossal gyrus is that little part of the brain that has up to 7 generations of how we cope with stress, particularly with rage and anger. And this is, it's anger, frustration. So when we've been inside, so once again, one of the things that this mayor perhaps this morning, Renette, said was that in prison, it's illegal to keep people in solitary confinement for more than 22 hours a day for 15 days. Any more than that creates psychological issues. How long has the world been shut down? And there's another layer on the subclossal gyrus. So it's to do with how we cope with stress in survival situations, and there's actually everything on the spectrum from wanting to rock in the corner and moan and never come out of your house again to wanting to go and topple down statues. It's like this crazy energy. It's everything you could take when you're on cocaine or heroin. It's like the whole spectrum of craziness that we experience when we're under stress. But depression and rage are two of the biggest things. Okay. Okay. And all of that is just shutting down motivation. So this is particularly in the hippocampus, yeah. So the brain wants to run away, escape, submission, freeze. And once again, that's what mainstream media wants. I've been looking at the numbers right from the start. And about a month, even 6 weeks ago, the World Health Organization said it was only about a 0.26% chance of death. A normal flu, a bad flu can be up to 7.7. So we're less than half of a bad flu, and look what we've done to the world's economy. We need to be speaking up to our politicians. Okay. And yes, if safety is a risk, if you're at high risk, the average person who dies has 2.7 more comorbidities. Yeah, okay, there's something else going on with the motivation. No, it's not there. The motivation, once again, it's about speaking truth. It's about being able to say what you think. But how polarized are we these days? It's like we say our truth and just about everything's being monitored, on social media. So much is being, like, it feels like an absolute crazy time on the earth where no one has a voice if they're not saying exactly what mainstream media and what Bill Gates wants us to say. It's very, very frustrating. So throat chakra shuts down. Motivation isn't there because every time you say something, you feel the fear or the anger, especially when you start looking at stuff, like Bigtree, Professor Dolores Carl, Dr. Eric Berg. There's so many good voices out there who are trying to say, hey guys, look after your health. Once again, I'll go back to the immune system, because with PTSD, the immune system's absolutely crap. Okay. Yeah, okay. And the base chakra. So the base chakra, it links in with the adrenals and the sphenoid bone. So, sometimes you look at people and their eyes don't seem even. That'll be that the sphenoid bone is descended, or sometimes they look a bit droopy, like a Paul McCartney look or Rambo. So basically it's sort of like that droopy eye look. And so that can be the pressure on the dura. So the dura attaches at the tailbone. C3, tip of the skull, sphenoid bone, and the jaw. And when we're in chronic fight and flight, that can all be compressing. So if you're feeling like, you know, your back's aching, your tailbone's sore, you know, you're just getting up and you're really having to stretch, you know, potentially you just might be in this space where your dura is totally compressed because of fight, flight, or freeze. It's trying to protect you. So that when the tiger pounces, you know, the Rona, so when the tiger pounces, we don't get sick. But of course, fear shuts down our immunity. Absolutely nutso. Have to take back control of our thinking, guys. There's just no point allowing the governments to win. The more fearful we are, the more likely we are to get it. But one of the research I was looking at was saying that yes, because it was linked to SARS-1, which of course was released once again in a Bill Gates lab in 2001. Most people in the world were probably infected by it within 2 years. So if we've already got the SARS-1 antibodies, likely are we going to have a minor case this time. And especially with those levels of vitamin C, D, A, zinc, depending on our predispositions. And there's also a little RAS circuit going on as well. So the RAS, it sits in behind the brainstem. Yeah, okay. So it's activating noradrenaline. So in other words, the brain does not expect this stress ever to go away. So it's assuming long-term constant stress. Yeah, and it's activating both the release of acetylcholine, which is like a triple shot of coffee, and vigilance. So the vigilance, the nervous system's just constantly on the lookout. And, you know, we're getting it here in Australia. Oh, my God, there's one case in Rockhampton. Oh, my gosh, there's one case here over here. And you go, come on, guys. Allow your immune system to boost naturally. Okay. Okay. That's just a little mini PTSD balance. Have a good day. Once again, sorry I'm in my jogging gear. Have a great one.